In a busy Los Angeles neighborhood where graffiti bloomed on every corner and music drifted through open windows, 10-year-old Marcus Evans ran through the streets, his sneakers kicking up dust. Despite the city's tough edges, Marcus moved with lightness, always smiling, always dreaming. He wore his favorite shirt every day, a faded, torn tee with Snoop Dogg's face on the front. Marcus's mom, Denise, worked long hours as a bus driver. Money was always tight and new clothes were a luxury. Still, she did her best to keep Marcus's world full of hope. That old Snoop Dogg shirt was a treasure, a thrift store find Marcus fell in love with at first sight. To Marcus, the shirt was more than fabric. It was a badge of pride, a shield against the world, and a way to feel close to his hero. He watched Snoop's music videos on his mom's phone, imitating the rapper's dance moves and quoting his laid-back wisdom. School wasn't easy. Some kids teased Marcus for his hand-me-downs, and teachers sometimes missed his quick smile and big heart. But the Snoop shirt made Marcus feel brave, like he was a part of something bigger. One Saturday, a community block party took over the neighborhood. There was music, food trucks, and families everywhere. Marcus wove through the crowd, clutching a plastic plate of barbecue, his shirt a little more frayed at the collar. The Snoop image almost faded away. As the afternoon wore on, a commotion spread through the street. Word traveled fast. Snoop Dogg was in the neighborhood, making a surprise visit to the block party. Marcus's heart leapt. Could it really be true? Kids gathered near the stage as Snoop greeted the crowd, waving and laughing, his presence as cool and effortless as the beats blasting from the speakers. Marcus pushed his way to the front, eyes wide with hope. Suddenly, Snoop's gaze landed on Marcus. The rapper grinned, squinting at the shirt. He pointed and called out, "Aye, look at Lil Man reppin' my face. Come up here, nephew." The crowd parted as Marcus, face flushed with excitement and nerves, walked up to Snoop. The rapper crouched down, examining the shirt's faded print and torn seams. "You been rocking this a long time, huh?" Snoop asked gently. Marcus nodded, shy but beaming. "It's my favorite shirt," he admitted, clutching the hem. Snoop smiled, ruffling Marcus's hair. "That's real love, right there. You got style, young king." The crowd cheered as Snoop posed for a selfie with Marcus, wrapping an arm around his shoulders. Denise, watching from the crowd, wiped away proud tears. For Marcus, that moment was already magic, but he had no idea the best was yet to come. After the party, Snoop couldn't stop thinking about Marcus and his worn-out shirt. That night, he posted their selfie online, writing, "Met a young king today, reppin' my face like a badge. Mad respect. Stay tuned, y'all." The photo went viral, sparking comments and messages from fans all over the country. Marcus woke up the next day to find his picture everywhere, on social media, in text messages from neighbors, even featured on the local news. Denise hugged him tight, her heart full. "You're famous, baby," she laughed. Snoop reached out privately to Denise. He wanted to do something special, but not just for Marcus. "Let's make this about more than one shirt," he said. "Let's show some real love to the whole neighborhood." The next weekend, Snoop returned, this time with a van full of brand new shirts, jackets, and shoes, each one featuring custom artwork inspired by local kids' dreams. He handed them out at the community center, turning the event into a celebration of hope and belonging. When he saw Marcus in the crowd, Snoop knelt down and handed him a box. Inside was a limited edition hoodie, autographed with the words, "To Marcus, always shine, Snoop." Marcus's hands shook as he pulled it out, eyes shining with gratitude. "Wear it proud, nephew," Snoop told him. "But remember, what makes you special ain't the shirt, it's your heart." Denise hugged Snoop, overwhelmed. "You changed his life," she whispered. "You made him feel seen." Snoop grinned. "He changed mine too, reminded me where I came from, reminded me why I do this." Kids danced in their new clothes, showing off for each other and for Snoop. The laughter echoed down the block, replacing the usual noise of traffic and worry with pure joy. Snoop stayed for hours, playing basketball, signing hats, and listening to the stories of families who rarely had reason to celebrate. He promised to come back, to stay involved, and to keep giving back. As the sun set, Marcus walked home with Denise, wearing his new hoodie over the old Snoop shirt. "I'm never taking it off," he declared, grinning. But what mattered most wasn't the gift. It was the feeling that someone truly cared, that a simple act of kindness could turn a torn shirt into a symbol of hope. Word spread quickly about Snoop's generosity. The block party became legend, a story parents told their kids and teachers, repeated in school assemblies. Local businesses chipped in, donating supplies for future events and supporting after-school programs. Marcus's life changed in subtle but powerful ways. Teachers noticed his confidence. Classmates looked at him differently, no longer teasing but asking to hear his story. Marcus learned to speak up, sharing not just his love for music, but his own dreams for the future. Snoop's foundation started a new initiative, Shirts with Stories, collecting and donating clothing to children in underserved neighborhoods across Los Angeles. Each shirt came with a message of encouragement and a promise that every child deserved to feel seen. Denise, inspired by Snoop's kindness, organized monthly clothing drives at the community center. Parents volunteered, neighbors donated, and kids got involved, making sure no one went without. The sense of pride and unity in the neighborhood grew stronger than ever. Snoop kept in touch, visiting whenever his schedule allowed. He joined Marcus's class on Zoom to talk about creativity and courage. He sent video messages for Marcus's birthday reminding him, "Keep shining, King." Marcus, for his part, never forgot where he came from. He helped younger kids with homework, taught his friends how to dance, and wore his old Snoop shirt, now mended and patched, but loved even more than before. He dreamed bigger now. Maybe one day he'd design clothes or write songs. Maybe he'd help other kids the way Snoop had helped him. The neighborhood changed too. There was less crime, more cooperation, and a growing belief that they could shape their own destiny, all because one child's torn shirt caught the right pair of eyes and a heart big enough to care. At school assemblies, Marcus spoke about kindness, resilience, and never giving up. "Sometimes the world gives you old shirts and hard times," he'd say, "but if you keep believing, you can turn them into something beautiful." And every time he put on his patched-up Snoop tee, Marcus felt like he was wearing armor, proof that hope could survive anything. A year later, the neighborhood gathered once again, this time to unveil a mural on the side of the community center. The painting showed Marcus and Snoop side by side, both smiling, with dozens of children around them, some wearing old shirts, others in new hoodies. Above them were the words, "What makes us shine is our heart." The event drew families, city officials, and even reporters from across the city. Snoop attended, standing with Marcus in front of the mural, reflecting on how a single encounter could spark so much change. Snoop gave a speech that would echo throughout the community. "It don't matter what you wear, where you from, or how much you got. What matters is your heart, how you lift up the people around you, how you turn what you got into something that shines for others." The crowd applauded. Many moved to tears. Denise, watching her son stand tall beside his hero, felt a pride deeper than words. She knew their struggles weren't over, but they faced the future with hope and the knowledge that they weren't alone. Marcus was invited to share a few words. He spoke quietly, but confidently. "Snoop saw me, but he saw all of us. He made me feel proud to be who I am. Now I want to do that for someone else." That night, families walked home together, the mural shining under new streetlights. Kids played late into the evening, their laughter floating through the air, a reminder that small acts of love could transform a whole block. Over time, the story of Marcus and his torn shirt became legend, a symbol of resilience, hope, and the power of community. The Shirts with Stories project spread to other cities, touching the lives of children far beyond Los Angeles. And every time Snoop visited, he wore a shirt with Marcus's artwork printed on it, showing the world that the greatest treasures come, not from money or fame, but from the love we share and the hearts we touch. As Marcus grew older, he never forgot the lesson. A torn shirt can start a movement, and one act of kindness can change countless lives. And through it all, Snoop and Marcus remained friends, proof that sometimes the purest magic comes from simply showing up and caring with all your heart.